man. It's time for Dodgers baseball.
Yes,
We
sir.
got, man. It's your boy G, along with Alec. Another great episode of 6300. Appreciate everybody for tapping back in. We're live on YouTube, live on Twitter, live on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Appreciate everybody for tapping in wherever you view us. Make sure you subscribe to the show. Make sure you follow us on LA Sports Report. Make sure we have that tagged first off before we jump into it. Appreciate all the love going on there. A lot of things coming to you guys each week. Just had an interview drop on there with this Leslie, with one of our other co-hosts from the show, from the platform there. That we tune into all that's going on there. Appreciate everybody that shows love. As I said, time for Dodgers baseball. Very excited. Opening day is here, and looking forward to all that's going to be on the way with the Dodgers and what's going to be going on this season. Alec, what are your first thoughts on the Dodgers right now, and just thoughts? Yeah, just thoughts right now on what's going to be going on with our boys in blue this season as things get underway.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had baseball.
Right.
For Dodgers fans, longer than we would have wanted since we got bounced in the first round and didn't make that World Series run last year. So it's been a long offseason, but it's been a fun offseason with the additions we've made, of course, namely the one pictured here in the center in Shohei Ohtani. But this big three we got right here at the top of the lineup should be a very exciting 1-2-3 punch. And I'm looking forward to them putting a whole lot of runs on the board. The Ohtani scandal with his interpreter threatened to maybe overtake the storylines, but I think it looks like we're gonna be out of the blue.
Okay, I was going to ask. Does Shohei scandal diminish his Dodger debut? You said so. So no on that.
I think we're gonna be out of the headlines, at least for that one. It appears that Ohtani is gonna come out unscathed. Hopefully,
Right.
that he really had like no dealings with the interpreters betting, gambling issues or whatnot.
Right.
It appears that he was stolen from. So I hope that is the case. I'm sure they're going to do thorough investigation, but
no MJ here. They tried this. They tried the jokes. Try to get a guy out of here with that. But no, he as you said, appears to be clean with it. So yeah, excited to see him on the diamond now finally.
Absolutely. So we'll have just baseball to focus on. We'll be able to keep the main thing, and that's huge because don't want to go into the season with a whole bunch of controversy swirling around us. But high hopes for this Dodgers team. I think their over/under for wins is set at like 103.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could hit that mark. They had 100 wins last year.
Right.
With a kind of banged up starting rotation throughout the year. They brought in as well. They brought in Tyler Glass now. They brought in Yamamoto, who's struggled a little bit in this spring training, but hopefully he can kind of find his footing. But the pitching should be better, and obviously the offense is going to be that much better with Ohtani in the lineup. So I expect another division crown for the Dodgers in the NL West. It's going to be a pretty loaded NL West between them and the Giants and the Padres and the Diamondbacks, of course, who made their deep run last year. But I expect the Dodgers to be in that cream of the crop this year.
Definitely gonna be fun stuff. As someone who's still learning, I got the jersey on. I'm excited for the season. We tuned in more as things play out for sure. But as someone that's still new to it, we heard obviously as you kind of went down the list, heard a lot about Ohtani, heard about new additions. Once we get past all the new guys, what are the other storylines we paying attention to with this squad this season? Are there any other big stories across this squad beyond Ohtani and the new guys on the roster, or is that really the appeal for us this year?
That's the main thing. I feel like Yamamoto is going to be a big one just because he's struggled a little bit so far, and he's the second biggest, highest paid guy now with the next to Ohtani, with that contract that he got. So I think the spotlight's going to be on him. Spotlight's going to be on Glass now, as I said. In terms of younger guys on the roster, Gavin Lux just coming back from that injury where he missed last year. And he's kind of struggled to find his footing defensively. So microscope's going to be on him a little bit, but we've seen him even in these last couple games. I saw he hit a home run the other day against the Angels. So he's finding it at the plate. If he can find it in the field, I believe they moved him to second base, and Mookie's going to play shortstop for this season, and Muncy at third. So it should work out. I think that's another storyline too. Just Mookie starting at shortstop. This is like the third position he's played for us, and he said he's trying to win a Gold Glove there as well. So excited to see what he can do in that spot. But yeah, there's a lot to watch for this season for sure.
Very, very cool. I'll be tuning into it all. Excited for it. We'll have our talks every once in a while as things play out, and excited for it. As the last thing, we did cover a little bit last year as we were learning, as I was learning and asking you about things. And a big topic for us was just, I guess, some of the hot seat of David Roberts. Is it still the same situation with him this season, or is he in the clear now with all the new guys on the roster and what appears to be a very fun squad now in LA?
There's always going to be pressure. It's similar to the Lakers, even though the Dodgers haven't won as much as the Lakers have. But there's always going to be pressure to win in LA and win as a Dodger. And winning just in the regular season isn't going to be enough. So I think the pressure is going to come when it gets closer to postseason time and when it gets to postseason time. That's when it's going to really ramp up as far as the hot seat if they don't perform as expected with these huge key additions that they've made. Because I don't believe that they will struggle. I feel like he's learned how to put together pretty dominant regular seasons, even when they've had, like I said, they had a banged up starting rotation last year, pitching wise, and managed to get through it with a whole lot of young arms and a really talented offense, which they're going to have again, and even more talented. So I think the main thing is just going to be not wearing guys down in terms of the pitching, like making sure guys can make it through the regular season healthy as possible. And then it's going to come playoff time where his seat gets a little bit hotter and the butts clinch a little bit tighter, maybe. But I think I mean, we've won what, like 10 division titles in the last 11 years or something like that. So
we get that
I think
part done, at least.
Yeah, it's the playoff time where the eyes are definitely going to be on him for sure.
Got it. So we'll talk about that more as things play out. Obviously, there's a long season ahead of us, and like I've been saying, just very excited for all that's on the way. Not to put you on the spot, but just the last question before we get out of here.
Okay.
While we have high hope for the Dodgers, and we'll just as fans hope that they go all the way. On the other side, who will we face in that World Series potentially? That if you had to make a prediction, who would be there facing us in October?
Coming out of the AL, that's a good question. I mean, Houston, as much as I hate those cheaters, they continue to be dominant in the playoffs like year in, year out. So they're
Are they our
always
biggest rival right now?
What did you say?
Are they our biggest rival right now, fan wise?
I think it's always going to be the Giants, but Houston's got to be right up there with the Giants, though.
I see a lot of Astro hate these days, so just checking the temperature. So I'm with you on it.
I think, the commissioner Manfred, like he's the reason why, because they didn't really drop the hammer on the Astros like they should have. So, but yeah, Houston's going to be in there. Of course, the Rangers coming off a World Series. I forget sometimes that they won the World Series last year.
Yeah.
But the Rangers have to be considered a threat as well. I want to say like someone from the AL East potentially, but like the Yankees were kind of disappointing. The Orioles have a whole lot of young talent, and they kind of popped last year, made the playoffs, but didn't make a run. They potentially have a shot at it.
Real quick, since you brought the name that came to mind, prayers to Baltimore, what just went down.
Yeah,
I hope that it's going to be a powerful, I guess, opening day when that scene goes on, having that community together after the tragedy that just went down. So just a quick thought, since you brought the Orioles, just prayers to them and hope that city recovers strong.
Absolutely. That was real tragic to see that with the bridge collapsing. So prayers definitely to all those families that were involved. And that should be an emotional opening day, as you said.
Yeah.
But I think Astros, Rangers, maybe someone out of the AL East. Like I said, maybe Baltimore. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's way too early to see baseball.
I was pulling the card
games.
To know what happened. It's all good to have a direct answer, but definitely we'll be talking about things as it plays out this season. Looking forward to a fun Dodgers season getting underway by the time you all tune into this online. So appreciate everybody that's tuning into this part. Again, make sure you follow us on LA Sports Report. A lot of great stuff coming to you guys each week on the platform, and we'll surely have a lot more Dodger content for you guys as the season goes on. So that's it on that front.